Crafty Diamond. I hope that everyone's doing well. I am really excited today. I am going to be working on a WIP and chat for my video. And if you don't know what a WIP is, it is a work in progress. And so I will be working on Titania and Oberon by Josephine Wall from Diamond Art Club. I will definitely include the link in the descriptions on everything that I use today. I think that you're still able to get this kit. It is a big one. It is a 70 centimeter by 98 centimeters, and I'm doing this for 3 events. I'll also include the events underneath the description as well in case you're interested. The events just started on March the 1st, so you still have time to begin, and I will let you go through and look at the requirements for each, since they are all different, and that way you will know what the actual requirements are instead of me just telling you. Today I'm going to be using a tray, and this is by Bella Art Dana Cole. And this one is blue. I almost got the green one out. I probably should have. I do have some green drills in here, so I have to be careful that I don't dump them everywhere. And then I'm also going to be using a pen that is by Black Wolf Woodworks. And this one I really like. I use this one quite often. And it is kind of a green. It looks kind of brown or even gray on screen, but it's actually a light green, has green in it. With that, I will be using Randa's Crafty Corner Sea Breeze Scented Putty, and this smells really good. I use this for my multi-placer. For single placer, I'll just be using the blue wax that comes with kits, or the red wax. I did not put in a new dot that I normally use, a new glue dot, because I did not want it to be fresh and then it would be hard to pick up drills, especially on the screen. And I'm using, for my actual washi to divide it, I am using Simply Gilded. And let me see if I can grab that. Okay, here is Simply Gilded. This one is really pretty. It's ribbons. It has silver in it. And I really like Simply Gilded. I have several other washi rolls because I'm also a card maker, but this one I like the best because it seems to adhere better to the actual covers on this, and it does not pull up as much as I have found other washis to do. So I've just sectioned it off, and I have not measured this. I'm just making small sections where I think that I can get finished doing 1 or 2 sittings. And so that's kind of what I did with this one. I've also already pulled back my cover. I'll move it over a little bit more. So let's get started. And whether you want to work on a diamond painting, you simply want to listen like you would a normal podcast, it is totally up to you. If you want to even clean house or drive or whatever you're doing today, or trying to find something to do, then that's definitely acceptable. A lot of times when I'm walking, I will put on a WIP and chat from someone that I really like, and that makes my walking time seem to go by a little bit quicker. Even though I really enjoy walking, there's not much to see if you are walking in the same place all the time, which I usually stay around our house. So for this particular one that I'm working on now, this drill, it's a really pretty, it looks like a forest green. And so far, I've started on the bottom left and I've worked across, and now I'm going up to the next row. I tend to start at the bottom of all canvases. There's no reason why. You can start wherever you want. You can even start in the middle. I just have always started on the bottom corner, and that's just what I kind of tend to go for. So how do you diamond paint? Do you like to just start wherever, or do you like to start at a certain place every time? I'm really curious to see or know what everyone does. I also have quite a few diamond paintings that I'm working on now. I started out diamond painting in 2020, towards the middle of 2020, and I just did one at a time. And I was okay with that. And then I started signing up for all of these different events, and I clearly wasn't ready when I signed up for so many. I did that in 2020, 2021, and I seemed to start, never really finished. And so now I have several that I have in what I call my rotation. I'll work on it for a little while and stop and do something else. And so now I'm thinking maybe I should just focus on one at a time, get each one completed before I start something else. And then that way I might can see a finish before too long. But of course, all the ones that I have started, they're fairly large. They're not small by any means, and they just all take time. This one seems to be going pretty quickly. I mean, I've only been doing this for 2 days for the events, and I've already gotten most of the bottom done, or have 3/4 of the bottom done, I guess, of the first row. So for me, that's really good just for 2 days. I've also been really busy at work, so it's really hard to try to find time sometimes to diamond paint. And I like to do it in the mornings before I go to work, and then I try to a little bit in the afternoons. But then the evening we have family time, and the ones that I'm working on, I keep in my craft room downstairs in our basement because I think they're just too big to have in our family room. I may work on some smaller ones in the family room, just on maybe a TV tray, so at least I can be doing diamond painting and watching TV with my husband in the evenings. And my daughter likes to be in her room. She'll watch TV with us every now and then. Most of the time she likes to be upstairs in her room doing her own thing, and that's fine. We're definitely used to that. But it would just be kind of nice if I could get more diamond painting time in. I really haven't set any goals for this year for diamond painting, and I really need to. I think that would help me. I do very well if I have goals, because I hate not meeting a goal that I feel is achievable. But I did start out saying that I was not going to purchase diamond paintings, that I was going to work on my stash, because I do have a lot in my stash. But that has not worked out. That is really hard. I don't know how people do it. I know that Lisette, she is really doing a great job with her goals. She has decided not to purchase any more diamond paintings until she completes the ones that she has. And she even says in her videos that it's hard, because there's diamond paintings that comes out that she'd really like to have, especially the ones that are limited. But she has been really good at not buying anything, and I just can't do it. I mean, I guess I could if I just had to, but I just like diamond painting too much, and I like the ones that are coming out. And when it's a limited edition, I just hate to think that I won't be able to get them again, especially if it's a Josephine Wall, because she is one of my favorites. So I have limited. I've done better. I have not purchased as much as I did in last year, 2021, because I was purchasing so much then, because I was worried that there weren't going to be any and I was going to be stuck not having any diamond paintings. And then we were working on moving and selling a house and buying another house, and I honestly did not realize how much I had in diamond paintings, how many that I had, until we started moving. And I was shocked. I didn't realize I had. I knew I bought a lot, and I just put them up. I didn't want to open them until we moved. And then once we started moving and I started loading up my car with diamond paintings, then I was really surprised. I was in for a rude awakening. So I am working on getting those done. I thought about doing some destashing, but I like the ones that I bought. So I kind of hate to do that, just because I think I have too many. So I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to see what I can do this year. But if you've set some goals for yourself, what goals have you set? I would love to hear. And how many diamond paintings do you think you're going to get completed this year, if you have any idea? That is one of my goals. I would like to have more diamond paintings completed than I did last year, but I have not exactly set a goal yet on how many diamond paintings that I want to complete. I am just working on what I can. I'm not in competition with anybody or anything. It's just, I would like to say that I've done X amount of diamond paintings and I purchased X amount, so at least I have some that's dwindling. But the way it's looking right now, I am purchasing more than I'm able to complete. So I need to definitely work on that part of it. Do you have a stash, or do you like to just order as you go? Which, that's what my plan was. I was just going to order one or two, and then once I was close to completing one, then I was going to order another one. But I had no idea how I would just go crazy over diamond paintings. But I do tend to do that. Whenever I start a new hobby or a new craft, I tend to want to buy everything all at once and not wait and see what I really need or what I, really want or what I'm going to like. I just try it and see, and if I don't like it, then I know not to buy it again. But so far, I haven't bought anything diamond painting wise, accessory wise, that I have not liked and that I have not used. I do have some accessories, such as the Tic Tac containers. I'm not really crazy about those. That's how I started out. I thought, well, these will be fine, but they don't hold very much. And I like to have as many of my diamonds in as possible. So my daughter started diamond painting, and I gave those little Tic Tac containers to her, and she really likes them. They're good for her. They're easy for her to open. She doesn't have a problem. And so I will just buy more of those for her if she needs them. But as for me, more than likely, I'm not going to purchase those. My favorite is definitely Elizabeth Ward. And I do have two complete sets of hers. And I might need to buy just a tray. So I have the extras and I can put those in there that I've bought individually, but I have not been able to find the tray. When I go to Amazon, it says that it's unavailable, so I don't know if that is going to be discontinued or if I can find another tray that it might fit in. That would be a thought as well. I could multi-place on some of these, but I like to have my drill straight, and when I go to multi-place, it takes me just a few minutes. I want to make sure that, they're straight. I use a straightener. And so I think it'll be easier for me for now when I am filming just a single place. And on camera, this doesn't look like they're very straight, but they are. I can see on my iPad what you can see when I'm filming, and it just looks really strange that it's not straight, but I'm looking at it kind of sideways. So maybe, hopefully that's it, because they're definitely straight. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend? And as I said, it's been so nice. It will be nice in Georgia this weekend, so we need to get some yard work done, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that or not. I really need to work on getting my house cleaned up. I definitely want to start doing some spring cleaning. I'm just in the mood for the winter to be over. Even though our winters aren't that bad in Georgia, to me they are, because I'm always cold. I do not like to be cold. I like to be what I consider comfortable, would be like in the 70s. 65 is okay too, but I just prefer it to be in the 70s. That is just like my perfect weather. And that doesn't last very long in Georgia either. Usually, if we have 70-degree weather, it's going to go from 70 to 100. So hopefully we won't have a really bad winter or a really bad summer, because we haven't had that bad of a winter. So a little about myself. I am a college professor and I teach accounting. So don't hold that against me. I know a lot of people, they hear the word accounting, it makes them think of math. They think that accounting is a math class and they just don't like it. But to be honest, I am terrible in math, and I don't mind admitting it. I don't think that accounting is math. At least in my opinion, it's not. Although I have been in accounting for over 25 years. And so accounting to me is it's just something that is totally different than math. Yeah, you have to know how to add and subtract. You have to know what to add and subtract, but it's more about topics and concepts. And I just really do like accounting. And my favorite class is teaching principles of accounting 1, where students know very little, if anything, about accounting. They come in, they have no idea, and by the end of the semester, they are able to complete financial statements and, simple different type of transactions. And so to me, I just love seeing that, like seeing the look on their face when they finally realize that, I can do this. This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And yes, you're right, it's not that much of math. And so it's always funny at the end of the semester, I will ask my students if they feel like that it was a math class, if they feel that from the beginning, all the concerns that they had, if they were actual concerns. And it's just really funny because most of them will tell me, no, you were right, it's not math, and I feel really comfortable now. I can go and take accounting 2, and I am just ready. And so that always makes me feel really good. And what really makes me feel even better is that when my students who are taking accounting 1, who they sign up again to take accounting 2 with me, or my accounting 2 students will sign up to teach an upper level or to take an upper level class. And so that's always fun to see repeat students, not in the same class, but in a different class. So I stay busy with that. I teach for a local community college. I had been there for 9 years as what's called an adjunct faculty, which basically you're on contract. It's not even really considered part-time because they don't have to give you a class. But I had been steadily working there teaching at least 3 classes for the past 9 years every semester. And our semesters are true semesters. They're 15 weeks. So I've been staying really busy. I also taught at other schools during that time. And I was teaching for 6 to 8 schools at one time. So I was extremely busy, very stressed. But that's what I did for a full-time job. I was a contract employee. And then last year, there was an opening for a full-time accounting position at the school where I've been teaching for 9 years. And so I applied and I had gotten the position and I absolutely love it. I've been putting it off. I could have applied years earlier, but I have 2 kids. I wanted to be home when my kids were home, and I wasn't able to do that work. I would have to work full time if I was in the classroom. I would have to be on campus for 40 hours. And I did not want to do that, especially with my younger daughter. She needed me more. And now that they're both grown up, my youngest daughter is still living with us, and she probably always will. But she has a special need that she just takes her away from being able to live on her own and to be independent. She can do a lot of things independently, but there are certain things that, she just cannot do. And so she will probably stay with us. And that is, definitely fine. We knew that from the very beginning, and she wants to stay with us. She doesn't want to leave, and we want her to stay. So that was one of my prime reasons why I did not decide to go full time years ago. And I just worked 60 plus hours a week because I had so many other schools and so many other classes that I was teaching, and different types of classes and different requirements. And so now it's so much better because I am only teaching at 2 schools. I am teaching full time at my local school, and then I'm also teaching part-time for another nonprofit school that is very well known, and I teach online. And I taught online for the other 9 years as well. So I thought it was going to be difficult when I started working full-time and have to go into the classroom in the office. I have to go in 20 hours a week, and then work the other 20 from home. So that's really not that bad. But I was concerned because for the past 15 plus years, I have worked from home. I have telecommuted other jobs that I worked on, and I hadn't been into an office and required to stay in an office that long in forever. But I have an excellent boss. She does not micromanage us. She's actually in a different location than I am in. And we just talk on the phone, and she tells me if I need to go home, if I need to do something, just do it. As long as you do your job, she is not going to track you down. And so I really do like that part of my job. It's really nice that if I need to come home, I can, or if I have to work from home, and 20 hours really isn't that bad. And I'm actually enjoying being on campus. I just wasn't sure about it, but being on campus has really made me feel better. I've been at home for so long, and the fact that I never saw anybody, never really talked to anybody, so it's been really nice to be able to go on campus and to talk to other instructors and just other staff and students. I have really enjoyed it. So I know that I will be there until I retire. At least that's my plan. And that's going to be at least another 10 years. So I definitely have room to grow in my current position. And I'm teaching the same classes pretty much from one semester to the next. So I have a lot of my work already done for my students that I want to have other resources. And I also will do videos for them. And that's actually how I got into doing YouTube videos, is that I did videos for my students and I enjoyed doing the videos for them. And then I started thinking, well, I'm doing videos for work and I'm enjoying my work videos. And what about just starting a YouTube channel? And that's exactly what I did. I am not looking to monetize. I'm not looking to earn money on my channel. I just want to do it because I really enjoy diamond painting. I enjoy the ones I've met so far. And when I say that I've met them online. I don't know any of them. None of my friends diamond paint. They don't understand how I can sit for hours and, as they call it, play with beads. So, and I get it. I know that it's not for everybody. And some of the things that they do, it's not for me either. But I don't really have anyone that I can talk to about diamond painting, that I can show them progress and that they will get it. And on Instagram, I started doing that last year and just putting diamond paintings out there. And I have met some really nice people, and I have subscribed to some excellent channels. And so I think that diamond painting is going to be something that I'm going to do forever, or do as long as I can, which I'm hoping will be definitely a long time, especially since I have so many diamond paintings. But I started out, instead of diamond painting years and years ago when I was younger, my grandmother taught me how to cross stitch, and she taught me how to embroidery. And I enjoyed it. Of course, I was younger then, and I quit doing cross stitch for a long time because I just got frustrated trying to count and trying to watch TV, and then having kids, and they were, always asking me something, and I really just could not cross stitch the way that, I wanted to. I'd always lose my place, or I'd have to take everything out, start all over, and it just wasn't worth it to me. And then I was having a hard time trying to thread the needle. And so I just quit, and I started scrapbooking, and I did that for a long time. And I'm still making cards, and I'll tell you about that in just a little bit. But when I heard about diamond painting, I thought, well, this looks really interesting. I think that I will start diamond painting, just a small little diamond paint, and I will see if it really is a stress reliever like everybody says that it is. Because I was told that diamond painting was really good for stress, My last full-time job that I had, and I was there for almost 2 years, it was extremely stressful. It was a startup school, and I just had a really hard time. I was working so many hours, and it seemed like everything that I did was never enough. And I was trying to work other schools because I was afraid that that one was going to either go away, or something was going to happen, get laid off, or whatever the case may be. But I was so stressed. And so I started diamond painting, and that really did help. It helped me forget about the day, and then I could diamond paint for a couple of hours after work, and then I was, good for my family. And so that is how I started diamond painting. And then after I left there, I just continued. So diamond painting definitely for me is a stress reliever. It is something that I don't have as much stress nearly like I did before, because the job that I have, I absolutely love it. I love going into work, and I really haven't had that much stress. But it has been nice because I have something that I can look forward to doing. And yes, I love to make cards. I make simple cards, and the cards that I make, I send them to 2 places right now. I have a group at church that I actually created, and I'm the host of the group. We've been doing this now for, I guess, 4 years. And with my card group, we make cards and send to church, give to church. And so church will go and they will give these cards out to people in our congregation that needs them, whether they just had a baby, or if it is maybe even a special birthday, they'll do that for. But especially if someone's homebound, they're depressed, they're going through a lot, and just a card will pick you up, surgery even. And we have a small group that we all make cards. We meet on Wednesday nights, meeting virtually now. And we enjoy virtually because everything that we have is in our own craft rooms. We don't have to decide in advance what in the world are we going to do for Wednesday. Sometimes I will just go in my craft room, I will sit there for a minute, and then I'll start thinking, what am I going to do tonight? And then I can just go and pull whatever I want. Everything that I have is there. And then once we make a few cards, we'll drop them off at church. And there's another group that is part of our church, and they actually will be given a list of people and to send cards to, whether it's sympathy cards or whatever it might be. And they really don't know what they're sending except for sympathy. They're told that. But everything else, they just say, send them a card. And getting a handmade card sometimes is all the difference in the world. And I honestly had no idea that cards were that important to people and that it really lifted spirits. And that's also a really good stress reliever. But then sometimes I don't want to have to think about making a card, because you have to think about, okay, what colors am I going to use? What am I going to do? And so sometimes it's just nice to diamond paint, because all I have to do is look at the chart and I can see exactly what color that I need. I don't have to think. If I want to add more different color drills, or if I want to add special drills, I can obviously do that. But for the most part, I just go off of what is on my canvas. So another group that I send cards to, it's called Cards for Soldiers, and that is on Facebook. And this is an incredible group. There is a lady that handles that group, and she receives literally thousands of cards from across the country, really. And she will separate. She has people that volunteer at her American Legion. They will separate these cards, and then they will send them out to soldiers, to troops that are stationed out of the U.S. And they cannot get cards as easy as we can. So they can go, they can get these cards. The cards are completely free. and they can pick up a card, they can send a card to their loved ones, and it's already there for them. And so we always are receiving thank you notes from soldiers that they were so excited to get this card. Their family was excited to get the card. And so that's always fun, and it's very rewarding, and it's very easy to do. Cards can be very simple or complicated, however that we want to do, or we can even do multiple cards, the same card, because they do go to different places. It's not like the same cards are going to go to the same areas. And then we can also send little goodie bags if we want to, such as certain kinds of food or pens or whatever that may be that they cannot readily get when they are outside the U.S. And sometimes it could be razors for women or even men, shaving gel, and candy. They really like candy, lifesavers, anything that's not going to melt, because it is going a lot of times to the desert. So I do that, and I need to get another box out. And my best friend and I sometimes will have our cards in together, because I don't want to send out cards unless I have a full box, just because of how much that it does cost to send cards out, just even a box to ship out. So I've been working on that for a long time. And so I'm not just diamond painting, and I don't mean just in a bad way. If I was just diamond painting, I could probably do it all weekend, and I could make higher or finish it, may have more finished projects, but I just don't do that. So what other crafts do you do, if anything? I do try to scrapbook every now and then. I don't scrapbook as much, just for the fact that it does take up so much time, and I don't really have anything to scrapbook like I used to, because my kids are older. So that makes a big difference too, I think. And because of the pandemic, we really haven't gone anywhere. Let's see what next color I'm going to do. We haven't really been able to go anywhere, and we've just been busy, and so we just pretty much stay home. And it's okay to take pictures at home, but there's only so many pictures you can take. I have so many pictures of my cat and my 2 dogs. It's just kind of funny. There's more of them than my kids. Let's see a little bit about me and my family. I have been married to my husband, Dave, for almost 11 years now. We both are in second marriages. And I actually, fun fact, I met my husband online through eHarmony. And I never in a million years would have thought that I would do something like that, because I am typically an introvert, and I just figured once I got a divorce, I would just be pretty much on my own, and not to have anyone for the rest of my life. And I was pretty much okay with it, but I really didn't want to be that way. And so I thought, well, I will try one of these dating apps. And so I did, and there were a few that I thought, what have I done? This is just not me. I am not ever doing this again. I'm taking my name off of this dating app. But then I met Dave, and everything just seemed to fall in place, and we have so much in common. And we actually talked for a month before we even started seeing each other. And he likes my kids liked him. And that was very important to me as well. So never say never, because I was married for 25 years, and then I just thought, there is no way, I just cannot do this again. And 25 years is a very long time to be with the same person. And so that was, really hard. And I hadn't really dated anybody except for my ex-husband. I had no idea. I was much older than what I was when I met him in high school, and I had no idea what I was doing. I had to talk to my friends, which I felt kind of silly, and then even talk to my daughter. about, dating. I'm like, I'm not sure that I am ready for all of this, but that's one of the reasons why I decided that I would do a dating app. I thought, well, I'm going to try this, see what it does, and if it's just awful, then I'm not going to do it. But it worked out very well. And he was kind of the same way too, but he wasn't married as long as I was, and he did not have any kids from his previous marriage. So that worked out too, since we wouldn't have to worry about having split homes, basically, having the kids at their parents, and then 1 week or whatever that people do. So we just decided that whenever we got married, we talked to the kids, and they were excited too, because I wanted my kids to be definitely a part of it. They were part of our wedding, and that was fun. And they still talk about it, which I think is really fun, that they talk about how they enjoyed being part of our wedding. And of course, they were younger then. My oldest daughter is 23, and my youngest is 20. And my youngest has a learning disability. And so we have dealt with that all of her life. She has worked so hard. She has to work harder than most kids to learn things. But she loves school, she loves learning, and she is taking an online class now, a program through our county, and she absolutely loves it. She'd rather be online than in the classroom, and she is thriving. She loves technology anyway, so she's doing extremely well. So I'm very happy with that. Gives her something to do all day as well. And she's also learning quite a bit, so that is certainly a plus. She also likes to diamond paint, which I'm excited about that. And diamond painting, not only is it good for anxiety, but it's also good for coordination. It has helped her with better coordination, better functioning, and she's left-handed, so that's another issue with her. But with diamond painting, she's all in, and she's done some really cute paintings that I need to actually have framed to put in her room because she's so proud of them. And that's something I'm definitely going to do. My oldest daughter is working full-time, and she's also going to school, so she is very busy. She's had diamond painting for a while that I thought would help with her anxiety, because she does get stressed and her anxiety level goes up. But she just hasn't really had time. She's also a gamer, and she would rather, play games on her off time than diamond paint, which is definitely fine, as long as she's doing something. And neither one of my kids really like to watch a lot of TV. They would prefer to either play games or, do something else. They're not like couch potatoes when it comes to TV. And I'm really not either. I would rather read a book, or I would rather diamond paint or do something besides just being under the TV. When I was younger, my parents would not allow very much TV time. And so I got to where I would just read. And when I was younger, my mom would punish me. Most kids, their parents would say, well, you can't go outside, and that would just kill them. And my mom would tell me, well, I'm going to take your books away from you. You're not going to be able to read. And I would rather get a spanking and get it over with than not be able to read a book. So mom figured that out really quickly. And I haven't really read anything lately. I'm starting to miss it. I really need to find something. I want to find a new series that I haven't read. So if you have a good series that you're reading, or you finished reading, that you would like to share the series, let me know. Not to share the book or anything, just to let me know what you liked, whether it was an ebook or whether you bought the book. And I am I'm not picky. I like all genres for the most part. I enjoy historical novels. I like romance. I really like mysteries and thrillers. That's one of my favorites. Nothing scary, but I do like to have some of the thrillers. I've read several of those. I do get book of the month, and I have found some really good books through there. Some, new authors, debut authors, and that's been a lot of fun. So I will probably look at that, see what I have. And then I can also go to the library, either at work, because we have a really nice library, or I can go to our local public library. Most of the time I just buy a book. I would rather do that. I have a Kindle. I really like my Kindle. I do prefer the physical book. There's nothing like having a physical book and a new book that no one else has looked at but you. So I do that quite often. And if I don't have anything to do at work, if I'm caught up but I still have to stay to meet my hours, a lot of times I will just sit and I will read a book. I don't sit and read accounting books, but I do, I have textbooks I have to look at, so that's definitely part of it. I've got a diamond stuck there. But I do enjoy reading. And I've tried to do not ebooks, but actual audiobooks. And I just have a hard time. I am okay for a little while, but it's just not the same. And then my mind goes wandering, and then I'm like, okay, what's going on? Who is this person? So I have to have books that I don't really have to think a lot about when I am listening. And I enjoy listening to the In Death series by J.D. Robb. I've read several or listened to several of those. I think I'm on like book 25 or something. I've got to look and see on that. So that's a thought. I could actually listen to a book this weekend while I'm cleaning my nasty house. And my house really isn't nasty. To me it is, but if someone were to come in, they would probably look at me and laugh. But I just like a very clean, tidy house. And you would not expect that if you were to look at my craft room, because I do have half of our basement's mine, and it's pink. My husband has recently painted it for me. It's very pink, I will say. But it's kind of messy. I need to clean that up. That's what I'm going to do this weekend. Start cleaning up my craft room. And then if I ever get it to where I feel comfortable, I will have to show you guys a picture of my craft room. I really didn't get a lot done because I've been talking so much. I'm not used to that, but I got a little bit done. And again, I will show you this. I hope that you enjoyed this whip and chat. I hope that I just wasn't chatty Cathy and all over the place. And I am still learning, guys. I am trying my best to get this down. I know that some of my videos have been a little wonky. They've been all over the place, trying to figure out this camera and how to actually use the tripod. What's the best place for me to actually diamond paint? So I really am trying. So if you have any suggestions for that too, please put it down in the comments. I would love to get some more information and to be better at this, because I really want my channel to grow. I want it to be fun. And if there's anything that you want to see, let me know on that as well, and I will work on that. I hope that everybody has a great weekend, and I hope that it's getting warmer wherever you are. Take care, everybody.